Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about transfer news for the Man City. Let's not open this yet, let's go to this first. We are trying to sign Omar Marmoush. Now, when I first saw this news, I did say it's nonsense, which is why I didn't even bother to cover it. But now it does seem like we are actually going in for him. We're looking like going around 50 million according to this source. If I am Man City right now, I am throwing money at the wall. 60 million, okay, 70 million, 80 million, get this guy. Because here's the thing here. I see some people talking about, we don't need a striker right now. We need a defensive midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder. We need a DM. Guys, if I allow you to pick an alternate reality where you don't have Haaland or you don't have Rodri. You don't have a Haaland backup, you don't have a Rodri backup. Most of you guys will pick the reality without Erling Haaland. Then you will see that Man City is probably winning 5 games at most, all competitions, all season. And then you're like, oh fuck, we've got 0 goals. We've got 0 goals. The amount of disrespect Haaland gets here for absolutely getting this Man City side into a top 4 race, because quite frankly we're not that good. It's ridiculous. Erling Haaland getting injured is a death sentence. We cannot play a false 9 system. Oh, we did play false 9 back when we had Mahrez, Sterling. I'll say all you like about Sterling, he chipped in with the goals. Sane, we had De Bruyne who was younger. We had Foden who was scoring more at the time. So yes, we had a younger Ilkay Gundogan. So yes, we used to play false 9. That's not gonna work with this profile of a team. This team does not have enough goals to play false 9. So quite frankly, one Erling Haaland injury kills our season. It's done. Marmoush, we're already done, but I'm talking no more top 4 race, we'll be lucky to get top 10. So Marmoush is my top 2 priority. I have 2 top priorities. Not one over the other, both equally important. A striker backup and a defensive midfielder backup. We need a defensive midfielder that can... Kovacic short. He can play a game. He can play a few games in the 6. He's good. Don't get me wrong. But he's better when he's next to a real 6. So we need to get someone in there who can lock it up. Sure. We're probably looking for someone, but it's difficult. If we're trying to get Barea, okay, sure, Barea, how much are we gonna pay for him? 60, 70 million? Probably more because it's January. How much are we gonna pay for Palacios? That's a name I see floating around. The Kuiper, if we want to buy him. That's a left back, but he can play in defensive midfield. I actually prefer him in defensive midfield. Are we gonna bring him in? There's a lot of names here, and you can see here, I've got a lot of names here for players. These are my CDMs. Ederson. Sure, go give some cash there. Dominguez. I watch him at Nottingham Forest. Always a delight to watch. So sure, there are defensive midfielders out there. But if the club is not willing to pay a release clause, it's going to be difficult to get one. Barrios, by the way. Barrios and Zubimendi. They are quality. If we get one of these here, especially Barrios, he can play with Rodri and he can play next to him. I don't know why nobody is talking about him. Palacios, we've seen people talk about it because of El Nobbins, who made a great video on him. Or stream, I don't know, it was a premiere. Go check that out if you don't know who El Nobbins is. Just look up El Nobbins. You'll find him quickly. But yeah, we need a defensive midfielder, definitely. But I think we're looking for someone. I really want to believe that we are looking for someone. That we're doing our job, looking for the defensive midfielder. And that the reason why there's no news yet is because we have no deals going on. I'm coping, I know I'm coping, but come on. Let's just pray that by the end of the season, we will have a defensive midfielder. Or by the end of January, hopefully. Now, The right back, centre back spot is the most interesting potentially to talk about because there's so many potential options, but we don't necessarily need one. Like let's say Diaz is still injured. Fadio Akanji, GSP, right back. Oh, you don't like him right back? Sure, centre back. If Pep Guardiola trusts JSP enough, we don't need a right back, centre back. I want one. Even if Pep trusts JSP, I want Kleindienst. Hill and Guehi I'll settle on, but I want Kleindienst. I really like Kleindienst. He's like Carl Walker, he just sits back a bit, can play centre back as well, is decent on the ball, not great, and he's good in playing in high lines. He's not Carl Walker quality, well, he's better than Carl Walker now, but he's not prime Carl Walker quality, but he is coming into his prime, he is decent, he's got 3-4 years in him, for the Man City I think. I would love him. I would love to have this guy right now, over here, dictating, just dominating this right hand side. Because, I mean, then we can have Akanji here in centre back, we can have JSP rotating with these guys, Diaz when he's back, Guardiola can rotate over here on the left, and JSP can rotate on the right hand side. That will give us a lot of depth. So these are kind of the transfers I am looking at. Omar Marmoush, again, just to repeat it one last time, we need a striker. If it's gonna be Omar Marmoush or someone else, we really need a striker to rest Haaland with, but also if Haaland gets injured, so that we don't utterly collapse. Will we need any other positions? I think in January. In the summer. I think in the summer there is still work left to be done. There are players that we need to bin off. Bernardo Silva needs to go. Walker needs to go. He might go this January. Gundogan needs to go. So De Bruyne may leave. So we've got a lot of players here that we're looking at binning off and getting in replacements. So that is summer work. So most of that. For January, 3 players. For the summer, probably 6 players, if I'm being completely honest. Depends. Maybe if we get 4 players, but let's hope we do get those 3 players, yeah? I can't say much more here. Just tell me, guys, down below what you think. Who you want, by the way. Who do you want? Who are your priorities? Who are your preferences? But also give second options in case something falls through. Just one last thing, though, before we head off here. There is no excuse for the club. We need to spend. If the club says, oh, but everyone was too expensive. No, you just did not want to pay. We need to get someone. I don't care if we are forced to spend half a fortune on mediocre players. We need to buy players. We just need to buy players. Now, I would love to have Zubimendi. Can't have him. Barrios. Can't have him. Barea. Can't have him. Palacios. Like, there are so many options. You're telling me if we slap money on the table, we're not getting any of them? I don't believe you. I believe we come to a player, they want to play for us. They want to play for the Pep. You slap money on the table, at least one club will accept your offer. Especially if it's a club that is not in a title race. But that is just me, I suppose. That is just me. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the season. Not sure how realistic that is. Go check out some of my other content. That's gonna be the only transfer news video I do. Because I don't really bother with transfers that much anymore. I used to do a lot of that, but got boring. Anyhow, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.